Hand-eye coordination is important to athletes. It is almost crucial to dribble a basketball, shoot a puck, or pitch a baseball. Sports Vision Program Manager Max Miller says his eye therapy improves the visual skills of student athletes in the game as well as in the classroom. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, well, to start it off, what is sports vision therapy?
We get that question quite a bit all the time. So, the way I like to relate it is much like athletes run and lift to get faster and stronger, what they don't take into effect is 90% of what they're taking in is through their visual system. So we have a whole program set up to increase their visual skills, such as their depth perception, near-far quickness, eye-hand coordination, tracking objects. So those are just a few things to start off.
Okay, what is your role in the program?
So I'm the program manager, so I assess and train athletes as well.
So where does, when you think of an athlete, you think of when it works on nutrition and, trying to lift weights. Where exactly does eyesight fit into that?
So a lot of the picture, like I said, 90% of what the athlete is taking in. So we have a whole program set up to increase the athlete's visual skills. So basically we start with an assessment from which we use our Nike SST Spark Century trainer. And we use that to assess an athlete on 10 different visual skills, and that compares them by their age, sport, and position. So on those 10 different visual skills we go through, then we see where they're lack in certain areas or excel in other areas. Every athlete's completely different. So based upon those results, I sit down with the doctors and we actually make a customized sports vision training program based upon that athlete's sport and position as well.
All right, well, up on the screen we actually have some clips of what the therapy actually entails. So really, how does this improve your eyesight?
A lot of it's to do with, we start with your eye team ability, making sure your eyes are working and functioning properly. And then it also helps with your tracking, your eye-hand coordination, your depth perception. So those are a lot of things that we work on.
Well, on the table over here we have some goggles.
Yep.
And what actually do they do? How do they help our eyesight in sports therapy?
These are the Nike Vapor Strobes. So what they actually do is they reduce the amount of visual information the athlete is taking in. So it's really making the athlete hone in on their visual skills, such as their eye-hand coordination, their anticipation, their timing. It also helps with their balance as well. So we've had a few of you guys in there, so you can saw how the balance factor works as well. So,
what kind of athletes do you train? Is it more geared toward hockey, baseball, basketball? Is there any, specific type of program?
Nope, there's no specific sport. Pretty much any sport. So if you want to get that competitive edge over somebody else, our program would be a great thing to start. We've seen basketball, hockey, football, softball, baseball players, so we've seen pretty much everything so far. So
you track the progress of this, throughout the program of the therapy. How do you determine if it works?
Well, the funny thing is, the first time we started the program, me and the doctor sat down, had a conversation. What if we put a kid through the program and they don't get better? We were pretty nervous about that, and everybody we've run through, we've never even had that problem come up. So a lot of the time they excel. So it's pretty neat to see that. So.
Well, from the clips, it really looks like a computer game.
Yeah.
So really, how does this program compare than just playing those at home?
A lot of this is your reaction time, your eye-hand coordination, especially with the strobes on. We're doing certain drills. And then once the strobes, they just add a whole nother factor to the whole training process. So it's slowing down what the athlete is taking in. And so once you take them off, they're a lot quicker and faster at that certain drill that they'd be doing.
What have been some of the results of the athletes who have undergone the program?
A lot of the results have been pretty phenomenal. First off, for baseball players, they're able to see the seams on the baseball, and pretty much for every sport, what they've mentioned is the whole game just kind of slows down for them. So it's a lot easier to make quicker and faster decisions. And then the plus side of things is there's a whole another academic side of everything. So a lot of these players, right away what we do in our program is, we're working with your eye team ability, making sure your eyes are working and functioning properly. So that just transfers right over the classroom. So it's helping them with their academics and their reading, their comprehension, their attention. So it's definitely helping out, making them a better student as well.
Could you give me an example of a success story of someone that's went through the program?
Yes, we actually had a 6th grader come in, and his mom just emailed me about a month after the program ended, and he was in 6th grade, and he was reading. He was probably at the bottom. I think he was at the bottom of his class for reading comprehension. And so after the whole program, a month later, his mom emails me, and he's number 1 in his class for reading, and he's actually reading at a 7th grade level. And he plays hockey, and he was the number 1 goal scorer during that time as well. So that's
awesome.
pretty neat to see.
Well, I'm sure for you, it's just the greatest reward to actually see that one. So what's the best part of your job?
Just seeing the athlete improve. Just seeing him day to day, and just the overall effectiveness of the program. You know, coming in, working hard, have a smile on their face, they're having fun. So it's definitely rewarding to see that.
All right, well, hopefully everything works out and that you continue to be doing this. But other than that, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.